Let's turn the page to the next chapter of the Reiwa era series, Kamen Saber, or as I like to refer to it as, Librarian Sentai Sword Hedger. Episode 1 of the series debuted on Sunday the 6th of September, and it was something. The episode begins with a narration by one very extravagant looking person by the name of Tassel, who gives us the brief rundown about the Book of Ancients, this object that supposedly created the world and various other things, and it is protected by knights known as the Sword of Logos. However, the Megiddo and one of the knights wanted the books for themselves, resulting in the Book of the Ancients splitting into the various Wonderite books. Cut to present day, we are introduced to our protagonist, Toma Kamiyama, who awakens from a dream where the world was being attacked. He failed to save this girl that he knew, and was saved by a mysterious swordsman who gave him the Brave Dragon Wonderite book. As Toma entertains some children by reading them a story in his bookstore, we are introduced to a supporting character, Mei Sudo, who is Toma's editor. And how do we know this? Because she tells Toma, despite the fact that he would already know. From the start, the writing principle of show, don't tell is ignored. Courtesy of Mei, we are told who Toma is and what he does, and it's not a natural conversation. Hello, famous novelist Toma Kamiyama, who also runs his own bookstore. I am the editor for your new book, which I require the manuscripts for. This is purely for the audience, and like I said, it is not a natural conversation. It exists just to explain who this character is, who our main lead is, and who this supporting character is. And I only think this would really work if Mei was introducing another character who didn't know who Toma was. I think that's where I would give it leeway, because at least it would be a natural conversation, and why the explanations are done this way would work. But moving on, Toma heads off, with Mei following, to present a book as a birthday gift for a child. It is here we are introduced to the antagonists of the series, the Megiddo, who are trying to create something called the Altar Book, or going by how they say it, at least a new one, by sending monsters with blank Altarite books to transport portions of the city to their world. Why this needs to be done, why is it this process, we don't know. It's only the first episode, we're not going to be told everything. But Toma, Mei, and the child are caught up in this, and Toma realizes that the world they are in right now is almost exactly the same that he has depicted himself or has seen in a book. The book in question he has in his possession. As all of this is going on, another character, Rintaro Shindo, arrives, seemingly knowing what is going on. Toma and the group are attacked by the Golem Megiddo, and Toma is seemingly crushed by rocks it had summoned. However, he is saved by the Brave Dragon Wonderite book, and it summons a flaming sword that Toma pulls out, and it becomes the Seiken Sword Driver. Using both the driver and book together, Toma transforms into Kamen Saber, fighting and defeating the Golem Megiddo, and returning their portion of the city back to their world. Returning to the bookstore, Toma and Mei contemplate on what they have just witnessed when they are met by Rintaro, who demands that Toma give him the Sword Driver and Wonderite book in his possession. Episode end. This episode was okay. For the first episode for the premiere of a new series, it wasn't terrible, but I wouldn't say it was good either. Toma seems like he's going to be kind of like by the books, normal protagonist. He's a kind-hearted person who likes to make and tell stories to others. Easy enough. He's just a likable guy. It's not that hard to hate a protagonist like this, so he's an easy character to like. Then we come to Mei. She's a loud equals funny character, one who likes to yell or scream almost everything she says in exaggerated expressions or tones, with the intent of it being comedic for audiences. This style of comedy is, more common in Japan, especially for shows targeted at younger audiences. But I do not like it. That's my personal taste. I don't like this style of comedy, if that's what they were going for. And my first impressions of Mei are not good. She is annoying, and for this episode, she just serves as an information dump on who Toma is. I'm hoping as the series progresses, they tone her down, because if not, she's just not going to be a character I'm going to be interested or can tolerate. Despite not showing much, Rintaro is probably the only character I'm legitimately interested in. The few scenes he was in got me genuinely intrigued about who he is, and he kind of gave off the vibes that he's definitely going to be my favorite character. We'll see how this goes in future episodes. This could change, but definitely for the premiere, Rintaro made quite an impact on me compared to the other characters. The antagonists, they were there, I guess. I'm not expecting a huge character study or development or just information from the first episode on the main antagonist. So we'll just have to see how that goes in future episodes. We just have the basis of what they're doing. It seems to be they want to create the Alter book, or at least a new version of the Alter book. What for? We don't know. We just have the basics for it, and hopefully, maybe the next episode will touch more upon their intentions, and then also the Swords of Logos, Rintaro's intentions as well. Onto the fight choreography and visuals. If there's something that was good in this episode, it was definitely those, particularly with the fights. The transformation sequence for Saber is, while it's kind of simple, but it looks good. I can dig it. I don't find any problems with the transformation. But the fight between Saber and Golem is cool. It is really cool to see. It looks really good. It's definitely the highlight of the episode. The clean cut flow of the attacks by Saber are great to see, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense that Toma, a novelist, instantly knows how to fight like a trained swordsman. But this is Kamen Rider. It's kind of a staple. But I know in most recent years they've explained how the protagonist can fight, even though it's like their first appearance. So it's a staple, but I would have liked at least some kind of tiny explanation, like maybe like the spirit of the dragon in that driver, like imprinted like the knowledge of how to fight or whatever, something like that. Just a little bit. I mean, come on, it's not that hard. But moving on, how the finishes and the lead up to the finishes is portrayed is really well done in my opinion, and it fits well with the overall like book theme to Saber. So it kind of reminded me of flip book animations where one would draw several pictures, but in position, but the position would change slightly in each page. But when you flip through the book, it made it look like a moving animation. It was definitely good to see. The use of CGI was good for the most part. The scene of Saber fighting atop of the sword statue looks really well done. Despite the fact that it was all clearly CGI, I didn't care. I was fine with it for that scene that it was in CGI. But as soon as the lighting changed, as soon as Saber jumped off and landed on the ground, there wasn't a darker lighting on him. It was now a brighter lighting on him. The CGI just looked so saturated and plastic, and it just instantly became off-putting. My only hope is that they don't rely too much on CGI, just not for the fights, but just for everything. This is Toei. They have a budget. I mean, they're known for reusing suits for new suits and stuff like that. So I don't expect them to spend all of their money on CGI, but I'm hoping for like they decide to spread it out. They don't just decide, okay, for this first arc where we're going to introduce all the other Kamen Riders, we're just going to put all of our budget into there. The rest of the series, we'll throw a couple of coins at you. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, hopefully the CGI isn't used as much as it was in this episode, because there's only so much one can take, and for me personally, I felt like even though there were parts of the CGI I liked, it was on the brink of overwhelming. The opening and ending themes for the series they're okay. They might, they're somewhat catchy, especially the main theme, but they're okay. I wouldn't say like the best Kamen Rider openings and ending themes I've ever heard in existence. Oh, and they've done something they haven't done before or haven't done in ages. There's an ending dance. Not only is there an ending video, there's now an ending dance. That thing that's more commonly done in Super Sentai? Yeah, Kamen Rider has one too now. Oh, yeah, also the monsters become giants in this as well. Oh, and did I tell you the riders in Saber are almost color-coded like a Sentai? The main one being red. Now, while Rider series have had giant monsters before, they've also had ending videos before. If I didn't know those things, I would legitimately believe that Saber was actually designed to be the next Sentai, but then it got passed over for Kira Major, so the writer decided, I'm just going to change Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, that's it. Yeah. They're really not doing themselves any favors with the whole this is definitely a Sentai joke. So that was it for Kamen Rider Saber Episode 1. This will probably be my only review for it. I just wanted to get my thoughts on the premiere. I'm not consistent with Tokusatsu reviews, so that's why I'm only doing this one for Saber. Maybe just this one, and then maybe how it ended. I'll see how it goes, but it was an okay premiere. Hopefully it picks up. Because a lot of the past Rider seasons have had like pretty strong openings. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely in for it now. This one, it's okay, but if it doesn't improve within each episode, this could be a series that I just might like, I'll just wait till it's done and then watch it, or just not watch it at all. Like, I want to give it its chance. I don't want to have expectations because of previous seasons. I want to give it as its own separate thing and judge it solely on that, not try to judge it on how other seasons were like. But it was just okay, and I don't think okay isn't what you should be striving for with audiences. It should be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch the next episode now. This is going to be like the best thing I've ever seen. That's kind of what you want to go for, something to hook in the viewers for more. And for this one, it was just like, I guess I'll watch the second episode, see if it's better. We'll see. But yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you all for watching. What were your thoughts on Saber if you watched it? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think, were you on the side of everyone in the forums who were saying this was really good, or were you on the side of everyone on Twitter who were a bit mixed? I did notice that on Toku forums, a lot of people were just like more positive towards it, while on like Twitter, a lot of people, it was really a mixed bag on Twitter. So, what were your thoughts on it? I've been Chris. I'll see you all in the next one.